Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a story that's all about heartbreak, betrayal, and a little bit of sweet, sweet revenge. This one is about Aaron and Madison, a couple everyone thought was the real deal. But as you'll soon see, things were not as perfect as they seemed on the surface. So let's set the scene. Aaron was your classic good guy. He was thoughtful, kind, and when he fell for Madison, he fell hard. He gave her everything, his time, his affection, and his trust. He believed they were building a future together, brick by brick. For a while it seemed like they were. They had their inside jokes, their favorite spots, and a circle of friends who loved them as a couple. He truly thought he had found his person, the one he was going to spend the rest of his life with. Little things at first. Madison became more distant. The late-night texts became less frequent. She was always busy with her friends that Aaron, for some reason, was never invited to hang out with anymore. He'd ask her if everything was okay, and she'd always have a quick excuse. Just tired from work, or I'm just stressed out. Tried to be more supportive, thinking that's what she needed. He was playing the part of the perfect boyfriend, completely unaware that the stage was being set for his own heartbreak. The cracks started to show in ways he couldn't ignore. One evening, a close mutual friend pulled Aaron aside. He looked uncomfortable, but said, "Man, I don't want to get in the middle of anything. But have you noticed how much time Madison is spending with that guy, Liam, from her office?" Aaron's heart dropped. He knew Liam. He was the guy Madison always mentioned was just a friend, but talked about a little too enthusiastically. Aaron confronted Madison, but she laughed it off. She called him paranoid and jealous, making him feel guilty for even questioning her loyalty. She was so convincing that Aaron actually apologized. He felt terrible for doubting her and promised to be more trusting. He pushed his suspicions down, telling himself he was just being insecure. He wanted to believe her so badly that he ignored his own gut feeling. The truth, as it often does, came out in the most brutal way possible. It was Aaron's birthday. He had planned a quiet, romantic evening. He'd cooked her favorite meal and bought a thoughtful gift he knew she'd love. He waited and waited. Hours passed. Called, he texted, but there was no reply. Just as he was starting to seriously worry, a picture was posted on social media. It was from one of Madison's friends, who clearly didn't know Aaron was being kept in the dark. She was laughing with her arm wrapped around Liam. They weren't just sitting next to each other. They looked like a couple. The caption read, "Celebrating Liam's big promotion. So happy for these two." His birthday, the silence, the lies. She hadn't just forgotten his birthday. She had chosen to be with someone else. She had some flimsy excuse about her phone dying and a last-minute work thing, but Aaron wasn't buying it anymore. He showed her the photo. The color drained from her face. There was no more denying it. She couldn't talk her way out of this one. The man who had given her his whole heart was left with nothing but pieces. He realized that just being sad wasn't going to fix anything. Aaron noticed that Madison had left a lot of her things at his apartment, including a box of old electronics and what she called her sentimental items. She texted him, demanding he drop them off at her new place with Liam. That was the spark. That was the moment Aaron decided he wasn't going to be a doormat anymore. He agreed to drop off her stuff, but he had a plan. Madison was obsessed with her online image. Her social media was a carefully curated highlight reel of her perfect life. Aaron knew that's where it would hurt the most. Inside the box of her things, he found an old digital camera she had forgotten about. Curious, he turned it on. And there it was. Hundreds of photos and videos from the beginning of their relationship. All the happy moments, the trips they took, the silly faces they made. It was a digital diary of the love she had so carelessly thrown away. But mixed in with those old memories were more recent files. She had accidentally left evidence. There were screenshots of her conversations with Liam, planning their secret dates, making fun of Aaron behind his back. It was all there, undeniable proof of her long-term deception. This was his chance, but he wasn't going to be cruel or malicious. He was going to use the truth. Meticulously compiled everything. He took all the sweet romantic photos of him and Madison and put them side by side with the screenshots of her messages with Liam. He created a timeline. On one side, a photo of Aaron and Madison on their anniversary. On the other, a screenshot from the same day of Madison telling Liam she could unwait to see him. Exposed the entire web of lies, not with angry words, but with cold, hard evidence. He didn't post it publicly for the whole world to see. That wasn't his style. He chose a more targeted approach. He sent the entire compilation in a single, perfectly crafted email. Who did he send it to? Not to Madison? Not to Liam? He sent it to Madison's parents, her close-knit family, and most importantly, to Liam's boss and the HR department at their company. You see, Liam's promotion, the one they were celebrating on Aaron's birthday, was for a management position that had a strict no fraternization policy. Their office romance was a direct violation of company rules. Aaron also sent a separate, polite email to Liam's long-term girlfriend, a woman who, it turned out, had no idea Liam was cheating on her. He simply attached the evidence and wrote, "I think you deserve to know the truth." The fallout was immediate and spectacular. Madison's family, who had adored Aaron, were horrified by her behavior. They saw the proof of how she had treated him, and their relationship with her became incredibly strained. At work, an internal investigation was launched. Liam's promotion was rescinded, and both he and Madison were put on notice. Their perfect office romance suddenly became a source of professional disgrace, and Liam's now ex-girlfriend. She made sure everyone in their mutual social circle knew exactly what kind of person he was. Madison's carefully crafted world came crashing down. She lost the support of her family. Her career was in jeopardy. She tried to lash out at Aaron, sending him angry texts, but he just blocked her. He did it to expose the truth and to stand up for himself. He took the narrative back. He showed everyone that he was not the problem. He was the victim of a calculated betrayal. And in doing so, he got the ultimate revenge, living well and moving on, leaving the chaos he had rightfully exposed in his rearview mirror. What do you guys think? Was Aaron's revenge justified? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. This story is a powerful reminder that while heartbreak is painful, your self-respect is priceless. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.